I
will confuse them to come to the market.
Congratulations to the media. You have done incredible work.
In earnest, it will show you what it does.
The Senate observed that PPP has consistently engaged in underhand dealings.
Since the man just come back, nothing to talk to followers.
The Akwa Ibom APC caretaker committee chairman has been operating as though he's the domestic staff of Senator John Udoide.
Maybe won't get on more. I don't know you or in it. When your brother is producing something and you patronizing your brother.
Listen to Planet 101.1 FM News at 7 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. with our news in special English at 2:30 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Planet Radio 101.1 FM, revolving around you.
It's the news at noon. In the news at noon, need for improvement in teachers' welfare in Nigeria advocated as this year's World Teachers' Day is marked. Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade urges Revenue Mobilisation, Allocation and Fiscal Commission to allocate more revenues to states. Nigeria records 141 new COVID-19 cases. At the foreign scene, over 100 musicians flee Afghanistan over fear of Taliban crackdown. In sports, newly promoted Premier League club Watford appoints 69-year-old Italian Claudio Ranieri as new manager. The details coming up shortly. Good afternoon. Welcome to the news on 101.1 FM with you. I am Samuel Williams. We begin this afternoon as teachers are being celebrated globally. Today, October 5, dedicated as World Teachers' Day. The need to improve on the welfare and remuneration of teachers has again been reiterated if the education sector in Nigeria must witness the needed advancement. An educationist, Dr. Iboro Nelson, stated this in a chat with our correspondent Anthony Essen, said the role of the teacher among all professionals in society is incomparable. According to her, if Nigeria must tame the increasing brain drain in the education sector, teachers must be well taken care of with adequate motivation and training.
The role of the teacher is very important. His training, his motivation, and the training doesn't just have to be a one-off thing. He needs to be updated. So teachers have quite a huge role to play, and the earlier that we recognize it and we celebrate them, and we also actually do everything possible to attract the best of our brains to the education sector, because right now we are having the best of our brains going to the private sector to make money, because it's always viewed that teachers are not well remunerated, and that cuts across from the primary to the universities. They are not taken care of.
She further expounded on the theme for the 2021 World Teachers' Day celebration, Teachers at the Heart of Education Recovery, noting that it was very timely and apt as it recognizes teachers for their tireless efforts during the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdowns.
The theme of the celebration, Teachers at the Heart of Education, is very timely. It demonstrates the fact that without the teachers, you don't have the education sector. You can actually teach a child under a tree. You can actually teach a child sitting down one-on-one without the basic infrastructure when the teacher is sound. But that's not to underplay the aspect of infrastructure. But I'm trying to highlight the fact that without the teacher, you won't have a functional and effective education.
And Meanwhile, teachers in Nigeria are yet to benefit from the promises made to them last year by President Muhammadu Buhari during last year's World Teachers' Day. The president had said teachers in the country would benefit from a new teacher salary structure, TSS, as well as implementation of a new retirement age of 65. Still on Teachers' Day commemoration, education managers, especially government, at all levels have been urged to prioritize the development of public schools as panacea for the confusions currently inherent in the sector, where attention has been drastically shifted from the effective equipment of public schools to almost total concentration on private schools. The immediate past Akwa Ibom State Chairman of the Nigeria Union of Teachers, NUT, Comrade Etim Ukbong, stated this in interactions with Planet News, during which he underscored the aptness of the theme for this year's celebration being Teachers at the Heart of Education Recovery. Ukbong noted that it was important for education managers to return to the status quo where the children of everyone attended public schools. According to him, this was the only hope for public schools to regain its primacy in the education sector. The former chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress Akwa Ibom State Council further noted with concern that there is so much confusion plaguing the education sector of the nation, as the managers of education are at a loss as to where to pitch their loyalty and attention between the public schools that they are managing and the private schools that their children are.
One is not saying that people, those who can do it and can manage well, should not establish private schools. But the ministries of education and other managers should know exactly who to give approval to run schools, and of course should limit the number of private schools to the number that can be properly and intensively supervised, while attention should now return to public schools, where the children of the managers should also share with the children of others who are not able to go to private schools. By the time the children of the managers return to public schools, the attention of the parents, the attention of government will no longer have been shared between public education system and the privatization of education. And that is where full attention will be given to 1, funding, 2, the welfare of teachers, 3, provision of adequate, optimal learning environment for the children.
Abong Ukbong, who thanked Governor Dom for his commitment to teachers' welfare, however, encourage him and successive governments to effectively provide priority amenities to school, as well as institutionalize ICT in public schools.
My duty is to encourage government to continue to what government is doing in the provision of amenities to schools. That includes well-equipped library, the welfare of teachers, and of course, government should also see how it can do to institutionalize ICT in public schools. That is the only way we can bring the children or students in public school at par with those in the posh private schools, because all of them take the same public examination. Akwa Ibom would have come to terms with its effort at meeting its required needs through education.
Away from that, the chairman of the Akwa Ibom State Task Force on Anti-Touting, Comrade Blessing Ukim, has denied the claim by commercial minibus drivers in Uyo Metropolis that task force officials from the Ministry of Transport were extorting and harassing motorists in some locations in the state capital. Reacting to the allegation, Comrade Ukim, in a chat with Planet News, said the task force men were duly directed to prevent traffic congestion around the plaza area and other such public places where the minibus drivers and tricycle operators have been parking wrongly to carry passengers. According to him, before embarking on the enforcement on the order of the state government, the task force team had carried out enough awareness to the affected drivers for them to see the need to stop clustering around those areas, thus making the road inaccessible for other road users.
You know that all this point, Ikore Bene Road, that the Choice Mall and IBB Junction, the rest of the places, this Plaza and this Itam Junction, the flyover Itam. If you go there, because of those men, the road will block. That is why the government says that all of them should move to government-approved motor parks. And you see that some people, these mini buses drivers, the directive from the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly 2 weeks ago, it says that all the taxi drivers and all these mini bus drivers should stand one side. Nobody should park any motor for road and load so that the road can be free. If you enter Accra Road, sir, the road is free now.
The head of the task force team also refuted claims that the bus drivers were being extorted, saying they only pay fines for offences committed as stipulated by the law of the state, adding that in some cases the fines received from them are below the approved rate in a situation where the defaulters are just first-time offenders.
The law of Akwa Ibom State, that cap 59 forum 3 2000, if you open that law and check, the first offenders, they have 50,000. Some of them is about 2,000. Some of them 3,000. The highest is 5,000. So if you go to Stadium Road, you will see a lot of one way. People drive one way, they don't have fear. So if you hold them, they will say, I have somebody in government, I have this. Please, the law, it permits anybody. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
It therefore appealed to commercial bus drivers and cab drivers as well, tricycle operators and other motorists to use the respective government-approved parks and locations to avoid roadside loading so as not to be apprehended by task force officials. In Cross River State, Governor Ben Ayade has visited the Revenue Mobilisation, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Abuja, where he made a case for improved revenue allocation to the state from the Federation account. Ayade, who addressed the Commission's Committee on Fiscal Efficiency and Budget, lamented Cross River's poor financial status, which he blamed on the ceding of Bakassi Peninsula to Cameroon and the consequent transfer of the state's 96 oil wells to Akwa Ibom State by the federal government. According to the governor, the twin actions of the federal government plunge River State or Cross River States into severe financial crisis and untold hardship, leaving it helpless as the second smallest federation allocation in the country. In his response, the chairman of the Commission's Committee on Fiscal Efficiency and Budget, Adamu Shetima Yeguda, pledged to ensure fairness and equity in making sound recommendations to President Muhammadu Buhari. To health matter now, 9 states across the nation reported 141 new cases of COVID-19 on Monday, according to figures released today by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control. The health agency, however, reported no COVID or COVID-related death within the period. Rivers recorded the highest number of new infections with 33 cases, Gombe 32, Lagos 29, Imo 25, Plateau 9, Benue 5, Borno 4, Kano 3, and Delta 1. The health agency said the 141 new COVID-19 infections have brought the number of confirmed cases in the country to 206,279. However, 194,167 COVID-19 patients have recovered and have been discharged in the country, the agency said. On security issues, the Nigerian Army has launched 3 field training exercises to tackle the security challenges in 4 geopolitical zones of the country. These exercises, Steel, Water, Enduring Peace, and Golden Dawn, are to be conducted simultaneously in Southeast, South, Southwest, and North Central regions. According to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, they will be conducted in collaboration with 6 security agencies, including the Nigeria Police, Department of State Services, Air Force, Immigration, NDLEA, NSCDC, FRSC, Federal Fire Service, as well as other stakeholders who will provide the necessary support for the exercise. Yahaya, who flagged off the exercises at an event in Enugu State, believes the exercises will confront the multifaceted and contemporary security challenges prevalent in different parts of the country. And in politics, stakeholders from the northern region of the country under the coalition of northern groups CNG has opposed the zoning arrangement by political parties and describing it as unconstitutional and a plot to intimidate the North from contesting for the presidency in 2023. Speaking at a press conference in Abuja, CNG spokesperson Abdulaziz Suleiman said the group aligns with the position of the Northern Governors Forum, asking the political parties to jettison the idea of zoning the posts of the southern region of Nigeria.
The CNG, after due consultation with prominent stakeholders, leaders and elders, has categorically resolved to firmly and solidly align completely with the position taken by the Northern Elders Forum as expressed by Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed and that of the Northern Governors Forum, that zoning of elective positions is unconstitutional, undemocratic, and must be jettisoned.
According to him, the North will not be obliged to any zoning arrangement for elective positions in the forthcoming general election.
Zoning arrangement of any elective position cause greater instability in the guise of a contentious, undemocratic power shift arrangement and therefore downright unacceptable. For the avoidance of doubt, therefore, the CNG hereby declares that the North, a major stakeholder in whatever happens in and to Nigeria, shall not be obliged to respect any zoning arrangement of any elective position in whatever party.
The group's comments came 8 days after the governors of the 19 northern states opposed the call by their southern counterparts that the presidency should be zoned to the south in 2023. You are listening to the news on 101.1 FM. Let's take a breather and bring you more stories from our foreign, sports, and entertainment scenes. To stay with us.
So, my son, welcome to the Kalangolo Shrine. The gods are with us. What can I do for you?
Baba, the way you do me, and I even sick, self. I think say him give me HIV.
Eh? No.
What do you mean, Baba?
No way anybody fit use wage give you HIV. If anybody tell you that one, na lie them talk. Because wage no fit give person HIV.
No matter how the wind strong, nobody fit give or carry HIV from witchcraft.
Thanks for staying with us. On the foreign scene, over 100 music students and teachers have fled Afghanistan in a nail-biting flight from Kabul over fear of the Taliban taking over the country and cracking down music. About half of the group consists of women and girls intending to fly to Portugal with the support of the government there, but the success of the operation was in doubt until the last moment. The Taliban, who blamed music outright during their brutal and oppressive rule from 1996 to 2001, swept back into power on August 15 and promised a more moderate brand of rule this time, though they have made clear that they will run Afghanistan within the restrictive limits of their interpretation of Sharia law. In sports, newly promoted Premier League club Watford have appointed 69-year-old Italian Claudio Ranieri as their new manager on a 2-year contract to replace the sacked Xisco Munoz. Ranieri led Leicester to the Premier League title in 2016, takes over with Watford in 15th place in the Premier League after earning 7 points from the opening 7 matches. The Italian left Sampdoria at the end of last season and had been looking to return to the game since then. Former Chelsea boss Ranieri is Watford's 13th permanent manager since the Pozzo family took control of the club in 2012. He boasts a wealth of experience with clubs such as Napoli, Fiorentina, Valencia, Juventus, Roma, Inter Milan, and Atletico Madrid also on his CV. Watford's first match with the new coach will be against Liverpool at Vicarage Road on 16th October. From the entertainment scene, Nigerian rapper Jude Abaga, popularly called M.I., has announced plans to release a new song as he turned 40 yesterday, October 4. The popular rapper and record producer, in a post on his Instagram page, noted that he was grateful and cheerful for the milestone he has recorded so far, while acknowledging his friends for being a part of his life and his success story. M.I. shared a video snippet of the song with the caption "Anointed," saying the song was put together to appreciate himself and family for his growth in the music industry. And that's been the news on 101.1 FM. But before we go, a recap of the major stories. Claudio teachers are being celebrated globally today, October 5, dedicated as World Teachers' Day. The need to improve on the welfare and remuneration of teachers has again been reiterated if the education sector in Nigeria must witness the needed advancement. Governor Ben Ayade of Cross River State has visited the Revenue Mobilisation, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Abuja, where he made a case for improved revenue allocation to the state from the Federation account. 9 states across the nation reported 141 new cases of COVID-19 on Monday, according to figures released today by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control. At the front scene, we told you that over 100 music students and teachers have fled Afghanistan in a nail-biting flight from Kabul over fear of the Taliban taking over the country and cracking down music. While in sports, we reported that the newly promoted Premier League club, Watford, have appointed Claudio Ranieri as the new manager on a 2-year contract. Now for comments, coverage of the news-worthy events, call our newsroom on 0812-770-2940. Visit our website on planet101fm.ng and also like our Facebook page at Planet 101 FM. The news was edited by Anthony Essen. As we end the news, always remember that there can only be hope for a society that acts as one big family, not as many separate ones. Let us unite to build a country where peace, unity, love and justice shall reign. I am Samuel Williams. Good afternoon. Please stay safe.
COVID-19 don't show back again, oh, my people, time to fight them now. Akwa Ibom people, COVID-19 matter don't they use style, they come do season 2, oh, and this season 2, they spread fast like bad news, and you know they sorry anybody, oh, now this second